I started hunting elk and deer in Colorado in 1977. I'm a bow hunter, and that's bow and arrow. Sometimes people think bow hunting, they hear bull hunting instead of the weapon. And I've started when I lived in Ohio, and I drive out here about every year, and I've continued hunting. I now live here in Colorado. And one of the things I used to tell everybody, that anybody who knew was coming with me, I said, you know, we usually go the last 2 weeks of September. The first week, the temperature is going to be between 30 and 35 when you wake up. And the second week, it's going to be between 25 and 30 when you wake up. That's just the way it is. And it was regularly that way. And I can't say that I noticed it change gradually, because like I said, I think it was that way from 77 till probably sometime in the 90s. And then I noticed, actually when we got into the 2000s, and particularly after 2008 or so, that there are mornings I get up and it's 50 degrees. And so the temperature in overnight has really changed a lot. There's still some cold days, but in the last 5 or 6 years, I've gotten up in the morning, put on my hunting pants, and didn't put on even a light pair of long johns because I didn't need them. The interesting thing with that, and I've heard a lot of different people talking about this, is that they're not finding elk where they usually see them. And I know that's for sure true with me, because most of my career out hunting elk out here, I've been in between around 9,000 feet, up a little, down a little. And in 2013, I saw more elk than I've seen lately. And I was hunting between 11,000 and 12,500. And I talked to a lot of people, and they say, you know, I just don't see the elk right. You know, we used to see a lot of elk here, and we don't see them anymore, as far as bow hunters go. And when bow season is good, when people are killing elk, the temperatures are cool. And when it's warm, nobody's seeing any elk, because the elk don't move and the elk move higher. I've heard gun hunters saying the same thing, is that, you know, we used to see elk all the time, but there's no snow, so they're not here anymore. And they're not equating the fact that there's no snow because it's too warm to snow. So that's what I'm seeing with climate change from an elk hunting standpoint. I fish, but I'm not a big fisherman, and I've seen, what I have seen is the runoff is occurring earlier and finishing earlier, and that impacts the fishing, because it's tough to do a lot of trout fishing when you're right in the peak of runoff. But from talking with some of the wildlife people around here, I think it's going to start messing up the spawning, because they need a certain flow. If they lay the eggs and there's at a high flow level, and the flow level drops below the eggs, then the eggs don't hatch. So I don't know how all that's going to work, but I hope we do something to fix it.